Here we go. Everything else in the galaxy is done. Alright. I don't think there's anything on these planets. I could be wrong. Ooh, Prothean aerostat colonies. Definitely looks busy. Zafe. Nah, nothing important here. Let me just jump out really quick. I just want to see that I did all my quests. Yep, all done. Awesome, love to see it. Oh, don't, Shepard, please. All right, Joker, take us in. Yeah, there it is. In the golden age of the Protheans, Ilos was a verdant world dotted with the spires and arches of magnificent cities. Even casual observation shows this is no longer the case. Ilos has been devastated by means unknown. Its entire surface changed the color of rust. The atmosphere shows heightened level of oxygen. Wildfires, presumably ignited by lightning strikes, can be seen burning on the dark side. This indicates that most of, if not all, respirating animal life forms have died off. Surface gravity is a comfortable 1.17 standard Gs. It's a shame. Alright. The romance bug achievements are well documented, but usually I can get them right by repopping the scene, and I only need one more.
Shepard, may I speak with you?
Of course, Liara. Please come in.
I always have time for you, Liara.
I do not know what is going to happen on Ilos. I hope we will stop Saren, of course, but part of me fears we are already too late. There is something I must tell you, in case we fail.
Don't talk like that, damn you. What is it? Oh, the music.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
These could be our last moments together.
I miss this sex music.
Our last chance to show each other how we feel. I want this to be special.
We don't have to do this. Not unless you're sure.
I have never been more sure of anything in my life. Will you join with me, Shepard? Let our bodies and minds unite.
Yes!
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh man. Oh no, Fox News hates it. Oh jeez. Space climax. All in all, it's a pretty tame scene. You get some side boob and a little butt, and that's it.
By the goddess. That was incredible, Shepard.
Let's go again.
Ready for round 2?
Commander?
5 minutes ETA to the Mu relay.
Damn it, Joker.
I had better go. Duty calls.
I wanted a second impact.
Shepard, whatever happens on Ilos, I just wanted to say thank you for everything.
They should have brought back that music. I think they brought back that little riff during the actual scene, but not the little, you know, not that little deep bass like boom 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 boom.
Commander? We've got company.
Have their sensors picked us up yet?
Stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't.
They're just gonna argue for a while.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Racist Navigator Presley has a point.
The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
Oh man, I heard you, Racist Navigator Presley. No, it's just Navigator, ma'am. No, man, racist Presley.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? We'll never get in close enough for a drop.
Meanwhile, Garrus and Rex are just kind of like, whatever, man.
Another landing zone.
There is no other landing zone.
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option. It's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker,
I can do it.
gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, the squad. The best squad. Ah. Right on top of him.
You two, keep moving inside now.
Yeah, the tank. That's why Joker's the best. I didn't give Tally her new armor yet. I'll give it a turn now.
To get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There's no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found some way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We'll have to find some way to get it up and running again.
I could do that. But first. Yeah. Oh yeah, you look good. That's good. Yes. Let me just park it like that. Hello. Trying to get an angle on these people. Can't see. Really hard. I got somebody. Alright, that should do it. Let's go! Kill them all, 420. Oh, he sees you. I missed. Gotcha. Alright. Do 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 do. Alright, Tally, hit that one. Man, they're really just taking it. There we go. Alright, let's try my other gun. There we go. Ah, I took a little hit. That's okay. Sure, why not? Alright, let's go. Do 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 do. Oh, you're coming. I see you're approaching me. Get out of here with that. Oh. Ah. Where's the other one? Where are they? I can't see. There it is. Damn it. Got him. Yikes. Honestly, I don't need any of that stuff. It might give me like a little experience boost, so I'll do that. But that's about it. Oh! No, wait, that's an Onyx. Who cares? fighting? Yeah, we fighting. Somebody here? There we go. There it is. I think this lets me use the armatures in a different area. So that should be fun. Whoa! Forgot there were drones here. Bit blap. Alright, should be one person here. Where'd you go? Oh, you're upstairs. This is a level that really suffers from not being able to look at upwards, because there's some really cool spots higher up. Like, look at that. Like, we really missed an opportunity to like take an elevator all the way up and look out on the skyline. I get the feeling it's not that detailed, but like it looks really cool. Like, this is like a Gears of War level right now. And it's like, it's really just like, look, like it's like, and this is never really expounded upon. What are these? Like, it's assumed these are Protheans of some kind, but they look like husks. So the art design here is kind of like shooting for whatever, to be honest with you. But I always found this planet really interesting. Music makes me lose control. Yeah, this place is pretty neat. Up I go. Okay, hack that person. Excuse me. Sick. Alright, cool. Who's shooting? Probably someone over there. Sure, why not? Oh, it's the. Oh yeah, they're over there. I forgot. Yeah, no. Crossfire. I think that's the one I like, right? What's the breaker? The breaker is a 5-round burst. Thunder. Yeah, I like the crossfire more. Yeah, I like the 3-round burst better. It used to be more accurate in the classic edition. So like, it's just a little disappointing. Yeah, the classic version of the master level Spectre gear, the accuracy was way more busted on it. Here we go. Sure, whatever. Again, we're just taking it, because why not? Am I allowed to drop down yet? No, I have to go back. Thank you, Rex. I love getting to the end game and just having the Colossus crew. Just having the end game people just wearing all Colossus armor. Alright. Oh. Oh, jeez. Okay, shotgun time. Nope, you died. Nope. Stop, okay. Alright, good. And then that's where we were before. Blam! Good. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, the achievement didn't pop. It must not be working still for some reason. Great. It's so confusing why these achievements don't work. I'm gonna have to reload my other saves to see if like I can make it work.
This place still has power. It must be running off its own generator.
I bet this is the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from...
Nothing worse than when like a game like this, like a remaster or port, just doesn't have the achievements popping properly. Or like recognition of certain deeds just don't pop properly. It's really annoying. Oh, I hit Rex. Gosh dang it, my targeting is all over the place. Why is my... Oh, because that's an ally, right. My gun won't fire properly because that's a friendly. There we go. That's all pretty good. Good. Oh, I'm not using the pistol though. There you go, why not? Alright, does it give me experience? I wasn't looking before. It does. The baby most amount of experience, but that's okay. There should be one more on this side. Here we are. So you can activate all of these. You don't need to. One is good enough, even on Insanity. The problem is, like, when you walk into this room, there just isn't a lot of cover. Like, you get here, and they just start running up to you. It's very scary. That's my experience. Man, paltry. There's some chests in the corner here. I think there's one right here. Sure, I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. Oh, I gotta go upstairs. We made it. We're not high up, are we? Hold on, let me look around. I know this goes above the battle arena. Nah, it's not special here. Okay.
We shouldn't be here. Not us. Come on. Saren's already got a head start. We have to go find him before he reaches the conduit.
Unless he's already found it, then we're just walking into a trap.
That's a chance we'll have to take.
Hold on. Something's happening.
Too late. Unable to... Invading fleets. No escape.
Sounds like some kind of message. But I don't recognize the language.
It's probably in Prothean. This recording must be 50,000 years old. No wonder we can't understand it.
I can.
The message is all broken up, but I recognize some of the words. It's a warning against the Reaper invasion.
Incredible! The cipher must have transferred an understanding of the Prothean language into your mind.
Not safe. Seek refuge. Inside the archives.
What's it saying? Can you make out anything useful?
Fought Reapers. The Citadel. Overwhelmed. Only hope. Act of desperation. The conduit. All is lost.
Yeah, it's not really clear.
It said something about the conduit, but it's too degraded to help. We should go.
Cannot be stopped. Cannot be stopped.
I love that, man. I would love nothing more than to have a Mass Effect level at some point that's just like, it's like this, where you go around an ancient civilization and you're walking through their, like, the last moments of their doomsday, and you're getting all, like, the radio signals that are still, like, echoing throughout time or something like that, or that are stored up. Like a whole level that's just that, like frozen in time. Oh, that would rock so much. It's like in when I played Dragon Age Awakening, if you guys remember, or if you guys had watched that episode in not Amgarok, it was one of the Tig area underground, one of the deep road sections. I forget what the Tig specifically is called. Oh, Kal Harol, the Tig of Kal Harol, where it's like, because of the way the magic in the air works, it records their last moments of desperation as they fight like the orc darkspawn like enemies that are here to kill them. And it's like, oh man, you're literally walking through their last moments because their last moments were recorded by the magic in the air around them. And tragedy and disaster events and bloodshed naturally make the magic more reactive to people. The audio is mixed terribly, I'm sorry guys. For some reason this area in particular, like the dialogue doesn't go right.
Or we just haven't run into it yet.
You gotta be careful here because they'll start talking and their enemies are in a distance. So you want to like have them talk, but not trigger the enemies yet, because they won't finish their dialogue if you floor it. Oh, maybe not yet. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, this place is neat. Here it is.
What are all those things on the wall? Some kind of containers?
They look like stasis pods. The Protheans probably tried to keep themselves alive through cryogenic freezing. Something must have gone wrong, though. This bunker became their tomb. The pods are dead. And so is anyone inside.
All of them? There must be hundreds of those pods. What was Saren expecting to find here? There's nothing left but corpses.
Guess we'll find out, Rex. Meow. It really is a beautifully done like art design for Ilos. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous with what they were to showcase here, and it's very minimal. Like they didn't really do too much, but grow a lot of plants. You know, do that whole blue and orange, like popular movie color coding theory, right? They really oversaturated the orange, but it still works. I just, again, the game doesn't give you enough reasons to look up, because up is like where the action is. Up is where like the good views are.
What's happening?
It's a trap! Saren must have set an ambush.
I don't think Saren's behind this.
So the light here is much more pronounced than it is in the original edition. It's like calling you to come this way. In the original, it's not nearly that bright. But, you know, it's a good way to show the player where to go in case they're lost, even though this is the only way to go.
If this were simply an automated trap, Saren would have triggered it. What do you think this is?
Don't get your hopes up. The only thing we can depend on right now is ourselves.
You are not Prothean, but you are not machine either. This eventuality was one of many that was anticipated. This is why we sent our warning through the beacons.
Looks like some kind of VI program. Pretty badly damaged.
I do not sense the taint of indoctrination upon any of you. Unlike the other that passed recently. Perhaps there is still hope.
Wait a minute. How come I can understand you? Why aren't you speaking the Prothean language?
I have been monitoring your communications since you arrived at this facility. I have translated my output into a format you will comprehend. My name is Vigil. You are safe here for the moment, but that is likely to change. Soon, nowhere will be safe.
This, I said before when we were at Vermeer, meeting Sovereign is one of the definitive points in the game. Something so specific to Mass Effect that even Mass Effect 2, 3, and Mass Effect Andromeda didn't get right in terms of setting the tone for this universe, right? Because with Mass Effect 2, you have Harbinger that talks too much, tries to come over as too intimidating, tries to come over as like, oh, I'm so badass, but I'll keep talking to you to reassert that you're nothing to me, and I'll keep giving you the time of day. Meanwhile, Sovereign talks to you, and he literally belittles you in every other sentence. And he's not interested in talking to you, you're talking to him, and he's automating like all these like, I really don't care who you are, like messages to you. Like he might as well not be talking to you. He's talking about you in like the grand human sense. But Harbinger is always like very specifically talking about you and like, you're not gonna beat me, but this is getting really annoying, Shepard. And it's like, all right, you're a loser now, right? And the conversations with Tim, the elusive man, are very circular. They don't really go anywhere. But this, not in terms of villainy or an antagonist, in terms of just expository dialogue at the end, this is so much another point of what makes Mass Effect so good. and it's another one that, like, I'll give Sam credit in Mass Effect Andromeda that the Sam voice is really good, but the problem with Mass Effect Andromeda is there's so much technological jargon that just doesn't make sense all the time. It's more style than substance. It's more drama than detail. They don't really get to the detailing how the actual lore comes together in a dramatic way that makes sense for what the story they told is. It's a lot of like kind of technobabble, and Andromeda is the problem. It's lots of it too. It doesn't come together in a very cohesive way. It is there, and they do try to make this moment happen. It's just not as succinct. It doesn't. I don't think it flows as well. Right? Mass Effect 2 tries to explain the Human Reaper, and it's all guesses from EDI. Mass Effect 3 tries to have the Star Child, and the Star Child is the worst thing that ever happened to Mass Effect besides Kai Lang. This is your expository moment where they finally break down what the story has been about, what you're finally getting, what's the next step, what's it all been building for, right? There's the speech with the antagonist that lets you know the greater sense of cosmic dread in the galaxy and the stakes and the tension. This is the one that lets you know, okay, there's the tension and the stakes, but you also have a moment of clarity. That's supposed to be the definitive moment that you solve the problem or you're about to figure it all out. Mass Effect 2 and 3 do not get this part right. Andromeda doesn't get this part really all that right. I'll say Andromeda actually comes closer than 2 and 3, but it just kind of fumbles, like I said, on the technobabble. It doesn't really make sense, like, in terms of the words they use. The story doesn't get anywhere. The Scourge is vague. The Jordan don't really matter in the sense that the Protheans matter in this story. Like, you're not talking to an old AI of the Protheans. You're talking to Sam, who's trying to figure out maybe what the Protheans were talking about. I mean, the Jordan were talking about. Mass Effect 2 is the same thing. EDI's trying to guess at what the Reapers are trying to do, but it's not really clarifying. It's not expository. It's all guesswork and hypotheticals. And it's hypotheticals that they later ditch in the later entry of Mass Effect 3, and that is left over for another villain. They try to mash together in Mass Effect 3 the Star Child of the villain and the moment of clarity, except it doesn't work. Your villain can't give you a moment of clarity unless it's like ironic or thematically appropriate, like Saren does. The Star Child just is not meant to be even a villain, and that's the disconnect from the writers. So let me stop prefacing this and just say, hey, Vigil, who are you?
Are you some kind of artificial intelligence program?
I am an advanced non-organic analysis system with personality imprints from Kesad Aishan, chief overseer of the...
I would be pleasantly surprised to know that Sam is based off Vigil, by the way, in terms of the design and voice.
Why did you bring me here?
You must break a cycle that has continued for millions of years. But to stop it, you must understand, or you will make the same mistakes we did. The Citadel is the heart of your civilization and the seat of government, as it was with us, and as it has been with every civilization that came before us. But the Citadel is a trap. The station is actually an enormous mass relay, one that links to dark space, the empty void beyond the galaxy's horizon. When the Citadel relay is activated, the Reapers will pour through, and all you know will be destroyed.
The Citadel's a relay.
How come nobody ever noticed the Citadel was an inactive mass relay?
The Reapers are careful to keep the greatest secrets of the Citadel hidden. That is why they created a species of seemingly benign organic caretakers. The Keepers maintain the station's most basic functions. They enable any species that discovers the Citadel to use it without fully understanding the technology. Reliance on the Keepers ensures no other species will ever discover the Citadel's true nature. Not until the relay is activated and the Reapers invade.
This is what I call meticulous world building, where we'd invented a place for all the Citadel Council to be the council and the government for the galaxy. And because this is a universe in which the bad guys have already won from the beginning, and they set up all our technology in advance, it makes sense that, oh, the place that's just been hanging out here is a trap. So that's world building that flows properly all the way around to being very economical. It's like, oh, the place where the center of our galaxy, you know, even though the plot would normally make that about, oh, we got to take it over there, because, you know, obviously taking over there would make the rest of the galaxy take over really easy. But no, it's inherently vital to the Reaper's plan from the get-go because of the way the Reapers operate. And it's just, yeah. And I think even if you look at the galaxy map for Citadel, it's shaped in the shape of a Reaper somehow. I don't know how they pulled that off, but it's crazy.
How do the Reapers survive out in dark space?
We have only theories. The researchers here came to believe the Reapers enter prolonged states of inactivity to conserve energy. This allows
That's
them
true, they have to run on
survive the
something.
Thousands and thousands of years it takes for organic civilization to rebuild itself. But in this state, they are vulnerable. By retreating beyond the edges of the galaxy, they ensure no one will accidentally discover them. They keep their existence hidden until the Citadel relay is activated.
See, that's the thing. I think I said this before, that Mass Effect 3 should have ended with Shepard and team risking a trip into dark space to kill the sleeping Reapers, or make sure that they would never be found ever again, or that they stayed asleep, like keep them comatose, right? So that way you don't really defeat them, you just get them when they're vulnerable, so you get a victory in your own like thematic sense, but they stay almost unstoppable because they basically had to be asleep for you to actually win, right? You didn't win, you just made sure they never woke up. Right, that's both a Cthulhu ending, a Lovecraftian ending, but also like a sci-fi hero adventure ending. You get the best of both worlds in that case, right? Which is something that Mass Effect 3 struggled with. And I'm always surprised that Mass Effect 3 kept going on about how do we beat the Reapers, how do we beat the Reapers? Like, Vigil says it here. They wrote it in Mass Effect 1. They're vulnerable in dark space. All we had to do was create a way to get to dark space and kick them while they're asleep, right? Or lock the doors so they can never get to us somehow. Mass Effect 3 drops the ball so hard. Mass Effect 2 drops the ball on so many leads that Mass Effect 1 has. And I'm a person that I always harp on about it. But, like, they really had enough to go off of. They didn't need to invent new plot ideas or new structures. They could have really gone off what they had already. And I only say this because what we ended up getting sucks.
The Reapers can wipe out the Council and the entire Citadel fleet in a single surprise attack.
That was our fate. Our leaders were dead before we even realized we were under attack. The Reapers seized control of the Citadel, and through it, the mass relays. Communication and transportation across our empire were crippled. Each star system was isolated, cut off from the others. Easy prey for the Reaper fleets. Over the next decades, the Reapers...
I think someone mentioned, and it's been a decade, people have mentioned all kinds of theories about how we could have beat the Reapers in Mass Effect 3, rather than what we actually got as like a Deus Ex Machina that's just handed to us at the end of the day, by the enemy, no less. But like, someone pointed out that like, with the technology we end up getting after we win Mass Effect 1, we probably could have advanced our technology fast enough to beat the Reapers, and it just becomes nonsensical that the Reapers just end up walking in.
The war was lost. If you'd surrendered, they might have let you live.
Yeah, what about that thing Saren said?
No offer of surrender was ever given. Our enemy had a single goal: the extinction of all advanced organic life. Through the Citadel, the Reapers had access to all our records, maps, census data. Information is power, and they knew everything about us. Their fleets advanced across every settled region of the galaxy. Some worlds were utterly destroyed. Others were conquered, their populations enslaved. These indoctrinated servants became sleeper agents under Reaper control. Taken in as refugees by other Protheans, they betrayed them to the machines. Within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed or enslaved every Prothean in the galaxy. They were relentless, brutal, and absolutely thorough.
Well, if they win every time, why did they end up just leaving again?
I don't understand. Where did the Reapers go after they conquered your people?
Our worlds were stripped bare, harvested by the indoctrinated slaves. Everything of value, all resources, all technology was taken. Certain that all advanced organic life had been extinguished, the Reapers retreated back through the Citadel relay into dark space, sealing it behind them. All evidence of the Reaper invasion had been wiped away. Only their indoctrinated slaves were left behind, abandoned. Mindless husks, no longer capable of independent thought, the indoctrinated soon starved or died of exposure. The genocide of the Protheans was complete.
That sucks. That's a really depressing way to be wiped out as a species, honestly.
What do the Reapers get out of this? Why do they keep repeating this pattern of genocide over and over?
The Reapers are alien, unknowable. Perhaps they need slaves or resources. More likely they are driven by motives and goals organic beings cannot hope to comprehend. In the end, what does it matter? Your survival depends on stopping them, not in understanding them.
In a Lovecraftian story, exactly, that's true. But in a sci-fi story, you want to be able to understand your enemy. That's why we're having this whole conversation, so I understand what I'm doing. I could just shoot Saren and that would be the end of it, but I need to know what I'm actually stopping him from doing.
You said you brought me here for a reason. Tell me what I need to do.
The conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attacked, we Protheans were on the cusp of unlocking the mysteries behind mass relay technology.
That should have been the end state of 3, where we learned that secret for ourselves and used it to teleport to dark space. Just drop a big FU bomb.
One that linked directly to the Citadel, the hub of the relay network.
The conduit's not a weapon. It's a back door onto the Citadel.
How did you manage to stay hidden?
All official records of our project were destroyed in the initial attack on the Citadel. While the Prothean Empire came crashing down, Ilos was spared. We severed all communication with the outside, and our facility went dark. The personnel retreated underground into these archives. To conserve resources, everyone was put into cryogenic stasis. I was programmed to monitor the facility and wake the staff when the danger had passed. But the genocide of an entire species is a long, slow process. Years passed, decades, centuries. The Reapers persisted, and my energy reserves were dwindling.
You know, are the pods turned off, or are there skeletons inside? Like, I know centuries have passed, are they just dust in there? Because we could take a look at some corpses then, for science.
How did you survive?
I began to disable the life support of non-essential personnel. First support staff, then security. One by one, their pods were shut down to conserve energy. Eventually, only the stasis pods of the top scientists remained active. Even these were in danger of failing when the Reapers finally retreated back through the Citadel relay.
There were hundreds of stasis pods out there. You just shut them down? You killed them?
You were programmed to protect them, not kill them.
This outcome was not completely unforeseen.
I was programmed to also kill them if the need arised.
Entered on my
He really was, actually.
I bet they didn't tell the non-essential staff about this contingency.
Actually, I bet they did. They're Protheans. Like, what we learned about them in 3 makes them kind of look like assholes.
The top researchers were still alive. My actions are the only reason any hope remains. When the researchers woke, they realized the Prothean species was doomed. There were only a dozen individuals left, far too few to sustain a viable population. Yet they vowed to find some way to stop the Reapers from returning, a way to break the cycle forever. And they knew the Keepers were the key.
The Keepers?
Aren't they under the influence of the Reapers?
The Keepers are controlled by the Citadel. Before each invasion, a signal is sent through the station compelling the Keepers to activate the Citadel relay. After decades of feverish study, the scientists discovered a way to alter this signal. Using the conduit, they gained access to the Citadel and made the modifications. This time, when Sovereign sent the signal to the Citadel, the Keepers ignored it. The Reapers are trapped in dark space.
Saren must have some plan to undo everything you did.
The one you call Saren will use the conduit to bypass the Citadel's defenses. Once inside, he will transfer control of the station to Sovereign. Sovereign will override the Citadel systems and manually open the relay, and the cycle of extinction will begin again.
Okay, what do I do?
Is there any way we can stop them?
There's a data file in my console. Take a copy when you go. When you reach the Citadel's master control unit, upload it to the station. It will corrupt the Citadel's security protocols and give you temporary control of the station. It might give you a chance against Sovereign.
Wait, where's the Citadel's master control unit? I've never heard of anything like that.
Through the conduit. Follow Saren. He will lead you to your destination.
Let's talk more.
If the Reapers are trapped in dark space, how did Sovereign get here?
It is logical to assume the Reapers would leave one of their own behind after each extinction. A sentinel to pave the way for their inevitable return. Like those in dark space, Sovereign probably spent most of the last 50,000 years in a state of hibernation. Periodically, it would wake to analyze the situation. Keeping its existence hidden, it would evaluate the state of galactic civilization. And when the time was right, it would signal the Citadel and usher in the next Reaper invasion. But this time the signal failed. The Keepers did not respond. Sovereign's allies were trapped in the void. Alone, it was forced to try and discover what had gone wrong.
So why not just attack?
Sovereign's the largest ship in the galaxy. Why all this secret? Why not just attack the Citadel?
Sovereign is not invincible. Revealing its true nature would have united the forces of every organic species against it. Even a Reaper couldn't survive such odds. But the Reapers are patient. They will not rush into the unknown. Sovereign could have been planning this for centuries.
Yeah, the biggest advantage the Reapers have is technology, time, and the element of surprise, right? If we take away time, if we start learning their technology, and if we take away the element of surprise, it's like it becomes a much more balanced, like, confrontation, actually.
Now Sovereign has grown bold.
So yeah, Sovereign has been probably doing this for a while. He's been using agents, indoctrinating people, probably getting them on his side here and there, which the comics and the books and the larger extended universe of Mass Effect actually does point to as true in a lot of cases. It's the Rachni in this game are implied to have been tools of the Reapers to help soften up the Citadel, so that way, you know, Sovereign could probably make a move, but then the Krogan came along and made that not a thing.
What about the beacon on Eden Prime? And the one on Vermeer? What were they for?
At our apex, the beacons spanned the breadth of our empire. We used them as a single galaxy-wide network to transmit data and communications rapidly from world to world. Virtually all the beacons were destroyed during the invasion, but once the Reapers were gone, the survivors here on Ilos decided to risk sending out a message. We knew it was unlikely there were other survivors, but if there were, we wanted them to know about Ilos. We wanted to give them hope, so a message was sent across the network.
You could have exposed yourself to the Reapers.
In truth, we didn't expect any of the beacons would still function, but we had to try. If there were survivors, we had to reach them. The message was meant for our own people. It was coded so only organic beings could interpret it. We still didn't understand the power of Reaper indoctrination. We never realized it could lead an agent of the machines, like Saren, to this world. But it has also led you here. So perhaps we did not fail after all.
That's not so bad then.
So when the Reapers created the Citadel, they created the Keepers as well?
A more likely scenario is that the Keepers were one of the early harvested civilizations. Perhaps the very first. Perhaps they responded well to indoctrination, or the Reapers simply bred them to be obedient. In any case, they were left behind to operate and maintain the Citadel. But the Keepers are no longer directly controlled by Sovereign or its ilk. They evolved so that they only respond to the signals emitted by the Citadel itself. When the Protheans altered the Citadel's signals, they broke Sovereign's hold over the Keepers. Now, they are completely harmless.
Sovereign must have realized organic races were difficult to control.
A likely hypothesis. The Keepers evolved in an unanticipated direction. Non-organic servants like the Geth would be more predictable.
So the Keepers were probably one of the earliest advanced races that they harvested or that they screwed with, and they left them behind because they were useful. It matches with the Husks, honestly. They turn us into them and just use us. And some Mass Effect 2 details as well.
What happened to the survivors from the Conduit project?
They used the conduit to gain access to the Citadel, but the conduit is only a prototype. The portal only links in one direction, so they were trapped on the station. I do not know what became of them then. It is unlikely they found any food or water on the station. I fear they suffered a slow, grim death. I only know they succeeded in their mission to seal the relay. Your presence here proves their sacrifice was not in vain.
Let's do it.
Saren's got enough of a head start. Grab that data file and let's go.
The one you call Saren has not reached the conduit. Not yet. There is still hope if you hurry.
Yeah, if we hurry. Let's go. Man, we just learned a lot. That was a great moment. Great Mass Effect moment. One of the best. Citadel DLC is good in 3, but like this doesn't feel like an apology, you know?
All their great achievements, the Protheans lost everything, just like my people. Even their last plan failed.
Keep it moving. I've got no intention of ending up like them.
Rex, your species is always half a moment from being like the damn Protheans.
Our influence stopped the Rachni, but before that, we held the line. Our influence stopped the Krogan, but before that, we held the line. Our influence will stop Saren. In the battle today, we will